So this gentleman here, or this person here, Innskeep Sports left the following comment. Gavin Newsom versus JD Vance in 2028, and he left a photo. And you can see here, this is the photo. It says our current two-party system, and it's the exact same potato chip in different bags with a slightly different name. Okay? Now, I asked him, who you voting for if those are the options? And he never answered me. I mean, he did answer somebody else when he said it covers both of them. I don't trust either of them. Okay, fair enough. I'm not asking you to trust either of them, but I'm asking you, if that's the case, who you voting for? So let's have this conversation, Inskeep. It's 2028. It's election day. The Democratic nominee is Gavin Newsom. The Republican nominee is JD Vance. Who are you voting for? We'll talk about the picture that you left in just a moment, but who are you voting for? Are you telling me, in all seriousness, that if it's Gavin Newsom and JD Vance, you're not going to vote for Gavin Newsom? You're going to third-party vote again? You're going to write somebody in that doesn't have a chance of winning? I'm not saying you did. I'm asking because a lot of people with this mentality did protest vote. They did write somebody in. They did abstain from voting or just didn't vote for the top of the ticket because they wanted to send a message to the Democratic Party. Well, do you like the message that was sent? Do you like the fascism that we have now? Because that's the message that was sent. So who are you voting for if it's JD Vance or Gavin Newsom? And you're going to have to forgive me, but I couldn't disagree with your meme more. You're telling me you don't see any difference between what a JD Vance administration and a Gavin Newsom administration would look like? Really? You don't see any difference between those two. JD Vance, somebody who would most likely lean heavily into a national abortion ban. JD Vance, a man who has sold his soul on the altar of Trumpism in order to be vice president. Versus Gavin Newsom, an incredibly flawed man himself, but one that would at least try to fight for a living wage, women's access to health care, women's access to abortion, I should say, gay rights. Wouldn't back these insane foreign military interventions that Trump is now getting us involved in. You really don't see any daylight between Newsom and Vance. That's fucking insane to me. I get that Newsom isn't your cup of tea all the way. I get that Newsom you don't align with him 100% of the time. That there are things that he has done or that he has supported that you do not like. I didn't like the fact that Barack Obama said that a marriage was between a man and a woman. I still voted for the motherfucker because who the other option was. If you're telling me you don't see any difference between Gavin Newsom and JD Vance, you, in my opinion, are part of the problem. You are what's wrong with this country. Because these fucking purity tests that the folks on the left keep putting forward, they're going to fuck around and do it again. They're going to fuck around and do it again. They did it in 2026. They did it in 2024. They're going to fuck around and do it again. These far left extremists that will not vote for the Democratic candidate and allow people like Donald fucking Trump or potentially JD Vance to get into office, they're going to fuck around and do it again.